this is the job I'd kind of been looking for forever. My name is Braden Boex. I'm a recruiter with Atlas MedStaff. I started at Atlas a little bit over 3.5 years ago. I came to Atlas from another pretty big retail company in the Nebraska area, where I actually worked with one of our other Atlas employees, Mike Holmes. He's our business development manager. At the time, he was a client manager, and I remember I wasn't super happy with where I was and the growth that I was going to be able to have. I felt kind of stuck, and I think a lot of people get like that. And every time I talked to Combs about Atlas, the dude just had the biggest, dumbest smile on his face. And I thought, this guy is in a pyramid scheme. He is 100% trying to sell me Cutco knives. Travel nursing is not a real thing. This is crap. There's no way anybody likes their job this much. And come to find out, it is not a pyramid scheme. It's a real thing. And it turns out this is the job I'd kind of been looking for forever. I mean, it's connecting with people. It's all of the things that I liked about sales, in the fact that you're helping people find what they're looking for and things that'll help complete them. And it's all the things I loved about customer service, where you care about what happens to people. It was all the things that I liked to do. It was all my favorite parts of all the jobs I've had in the past. And then you take all those things and you put them in this environment that cares about the people that work there. Like I've never felt so connected to a job as I do at Atlas. I like the people I work with. I'm friends with the people I work with. I'm excited to get up in the morning and go do my job. I put everything that I was into the relationships with the nurses that I was talking to, because to me, they were important. I mean, your work it's a third of your life. I'm a 31-year-old man. I don't know how to make new friends, so I'm just gonna force my travelers to be my friends. And I think a lot of people recognize that as you get older, it's harder to make friendships because life takes over. And so you're not as exposed to as many people. Well, lucky me, I found a job where I get to talk to new people every day, and I'm gonna be friends with them, whether they like it or not. I really only care about 3 things outside of what I do at work. I care about my family. I've got my daughter, and I've got my wife, I got my dog. Being a father has been the most fulfilling thing that I have ever encountered in my life. It doesn't help that my daughter is a tiny carbon copy of me, to the frustration of my wife. It is like looking directly in a curly-haired mirror at this little tiny version of myself. Outside of that, I've been into cars my entire life. I've always liked pickup trucks and 4-wheel drives, just the normal, the normal kind of car stuff. I got in enough trouble driving fast as a kid that I kind of made a decision a long time ago that I was going to go, I was going to stick with cars, but it was going to be like big pickup trucks and 4-wheeling and off-roading and things like that. Because the idea of having like a really cool muscle car, I love the idea of it, but I would just kill myself. I choose things with little engines and big tires now instead of big engines and little tires. I'm part of a local Jeep club. I actually have 2 Jeeps. One Jeep hauls the other Jeep on a trailer. I have one that, my Wrangler back here is just for off-roading. There's nothing street legal about it anymore. But I mean, I've taken it to, I usually go to a place called Tuttle Creek. It's in Randolph, Kansas. But I've gone as far as like Moab, Utah, which is probably one of my favorite places on earth. It is beautiful, and it's so different than what we get here in the Midwest. I'd stay there forever if I could. I hit a point where, because of shipping delays and things like that, like working on cars got kind of hard to do, and with all the social distancing and everything, going out and hang out in like club settings was, you know, it kind of got hard to do. So I decided it was time to pick up a new hobby. And I thought, you know what, you can pick up plywood pretty cheap. I'm gonna get into woodworking, start building furniture. My dad has always been much more of the like the wood side of handy as opposed to like the metal. So I just thought, you know, hey, it's something that like we could connect with, and if nothing else, I can do some projects, you know, some more projects around the house that I probably need to do anyway. And then of course, wood prices shot through the friggin' roof. So then I just had 2 super expensive hobbies, but I really liked it. There's just something different about working with wood. Like it's warm and it's forgiving in a way that working with metal is not. And it's just a totally different type of like art style. And I love it. I love every second of it. You know, I'm building stuff that I need in the house, you know, functional things. And then I'm building, I make like cutting boards that are, you know, like cheese boards that are these beautiful things that they're warm and they're, you know, they're pretty to look at in a way that like metal has never been. So I love every second of it. So I've done this long enough now that I've seen how other companies work. I've seen how Atlas works. I've seen, you know, I've definitely developed what I think is important in travel nursing and what agencies should be able to offer their people. And the one thing that I don't see anywhere is meet and greets. And it's getting out there and it's spending time with travelers. And it's not spending time talking about jobs. And it's not spending time talking about building profiles. It's, at the end of the day, if you come to a meet and greet with Atlas, I have been taught that it doesn't matter if you ever work with us. As long as we're able to show that we care and that it's important to us that you're having a good time on this big, huge adventure that you're taking, that's all we want. And that really connects with how I like connecting with my travelers is, you know, let's go on an adventure together.